What's going on, everyone? So I've seen a lot of narrative in my comment section, various other platforms of people saying that, hey, Lakers are winning, Lakers look good, don't fix what ain't broke, go get a center, let's go win an NBA championship. Lakers don't need some trade, they don't need to go get 2, 3, 4 guys, right? You got enough, you can win an NBA championship. And personally, I couldn't disagree more. I just do not buy that by any stretch of the imagination. Do the Lakers have a chance of winning a championship? Of course. I've always maintained that. But they still have blatant holes and blatant issues that have not gone away, right? Dalton Connect and his emergence has been fantastic. That's one less piece that you need now, where now you can kind of go focus on other areas. Lakers are still atrocious defensively. They're towards the bottom of the league, right? They are, yes, offensively have been great top 5, but it's mostly been through not only their starters, but LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They're so heavily relied on, and we've seen inconsistencies from Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and so on and so forth, right? We need better consistency. Yes, you can be a top 5 offense, but how efficient are you and how consistent are you, right? You got to remember, averages are averages, right? So when you have inconsistent, like Austin Reeves last year, a lot of people, he was 36%. Yes, but he averaged about that, right? He averaged around to that, rather than him kind of being that consistent game in and game out. It was like, here's 5 games of him shooting 60%, and then here's like 6 games of him shooting 20%, and it all just kind of averaged to that. LeBron is notorious for that, for 3-point shooting, right? Like, he's a guy that, like, he'll have like an entire month where he's like 13% from 3. And then I have like an entire month where he's like 85% from 3. And it just roundabouts to like 36% from 3-point range, right? Well, it's the same kind of concept with the Lakers roster, right? Like, yes, the Lakers are winning, which is great, but you also got to keep things in perspective. They're not dominating in these wins. They are winning, and many cases have kind of won start to finish, but they've played some pretty bad teams, and they've been beneficiaries of circumstance. Most of these teams have been missing their best, if not multiple of their best players. It's not the Lakers' fault, right? The Lakers' job is to show up and play the team in front of them and win. They've done that, right? And whether you win by 1 or you win by 100, a win is a win, right? So I'm not trying to take away from what the Lakers have done, because it's good. You won 6 straight games at the time of recording this video, right? You have another stretch in which these 5 games are all very winnable. But again, Magic are without Paolo Banchero, right? The Thunder are without Chet Holmgren, right? You go down the list of these teams, and it's like Lakers have benefited from teams missing guys, and again, they're showing up and playing. I don't look at this team as a bona fide contender. Could they win a championship? Sure. Again, you get the right matchups. You got LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Dalton Connect goes on some crazy hot streak, right? Which we've seen for numerous teams throughout history of the NBA. Guys just get hot at the right time, right? He's a guy that is capable of doing that. Austin Reeves kind of elevates come playoff time, right? If D'Lo cannot just completely disappear, Rui, we've seen him at times be able to elevate in the playoffs, right? Like, could you get the right strain of things, the right dominoes to fall in place? You look up, you're in the conference finals again, maybe you're in the NBA finals, couple things go your way, boom, you're in the final, you win the championship. Sure, I don't think anyone would be shocked. You have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your roster. Lakers are always going to have a puncher's chance. But are they a top 5 team in the NBA? No, I don't believe so, right? I don't believe that this team is a bona fide contender. I believe that they have a shot, but it's not something I would bet on. And even if the Lakers were, let's say the Lakers were, a clear-cut top 5 team. You can always be better, right? If you're 5th, you could be 4th, you could be 3rd, you could be 2nd, you could be 1st, right? Like last year, the Celtics. Everybody knew the Celtics were the best team in the NBA. They were the best team all season, and they won the NBA championship, right? Like, again, are we, even as a Laker fan, I'm diehard Laker fan, it's diehard Laker channel, right? But like, we got to be honest. We can't just lie, right? We can't just be, trapped in the moment. Do you look at this Lakers team and go, they are clearly a top 5 team in the league? They are clearly the best team in the NBA, night in and night out? No, right? So there's always room for improvement. The Lakers aren't, the Lakers are, a top offense, but they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So if you can go get pieces that make you and maintain your level of offense, but increase the level of defense, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Like if you can go get a Cam Johnson who is going to maintain the level of offense, maybe even make you more efficient, and also raise the ceiling defensively, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Like, again, you can always improve and be better. I like this Lakers team. I said that I thought they would win 52 games. I said I thought that they'd be anywhere from a 3 to 5 seed at worst in the Western Conference. So far, they're looking that way. A lot of basketball left to be played. Job's not finished. We still have a long stretch to go. This is very early on. And yet, I still believe that this team can make an impact and make some noise. I don't think that anybody is so good the Lakers can't beat them. Right? Like, I don't see, like, even in the Western Conference, like OKC, I think we have a great matchup against them because of our size and physicality and stuff, right? It's a good matchup. It's why they've struggled against us. Even Denver now. I think with JJ Redick, we win last season. Because every game we lost the exact same way. That's coaching. That's one team going into the half, making adjustments and making changes, and the other coach not. And then when those adjustments start to push you back, you having no counterplay. I don't see JJ Redick having that. I mean, is it possible we would have lost a game or two? And sure, I'm not saying we would have swept Denver or anything like that. Maybe we don't beat Denver. Maybe we lose in like a tough 7 or something like that. But I think it would have been a very different series had we had this coaching staff over last season, because we've seen JJ and this team make the adjustments. We've seen them make changes. We've seen the Lakers have a clear-cut plan and just throw it out the window mid-game and go, okay, we're going this way now. That is the difference. Those are the changes, right? I think we have a great coaching staff. I think you have a nice core and foundation between LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, and Dalton Connect. Outside of that, I think everyone else is tradable, right? I think you can, if the right deals are there and you can make the right moves, I think everyone else is tradable. No one on this roster has been that good. And look, even Austin Reeves, I don't think is untradeable, but the Lakers do, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, Lakers are going to trade him, right? Realistically, if you find the right move and you can move him, I think you should, right? I don't think anybody should be untouchable. There's only like 3 guys in the league, if that are truly untouchable, right? But chances are Lakers are not going to trade Austin Reeves. So you have essentially LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect are your core 4 guys that you're not moving unless it's some crazy trade, right? Okay, great. Everyone else is tradable. Everyone else, if you can turn them into legit players, you do it. If you can turn D'Lo into a legit 2-way player, why wouldn't you do that? If you can turn Rui Hachimura into a legit 2-way player, why wouldn't you do that? Right? Like, if you can get and be better, you can always be better. Even if the Lakers were the second best team in the NBA, guess what? You can be better. And the Lakers are nowhere close. Again, Lakers are terrible defensively. If anything, we need to upgrade the defense, but you don't want to upgrade the defense at the detriment of the offense, right? So if you can find that balance and you can get guys, like I said, a Cam Johnson, it's why I've talked about a Bruce Brown before. I know he's injured and stuff like that, but he doesn't have this significant injury history. He'll be fine. He'll be back, right? But he's a guy that gives you both sides of the ball, right? Jeremy Grant gives you both sides of the basketball. You go get a center. Yes, we need a center. Bare minimum, we need a center. Bare minimum, you got to go get, Walker Kessler. You got to go get some type of center. Valanciunas, whomever. That, I agree wholeheartedly. You got to get a center. But if you can find the right moves and right trades to really upgrade and elevate the level of this team, you have to do it. You can't just sit on your thumbs and just go, okay, like we're 10-4. Like that's great, right? Don't get me wrong. And hopefully the Lakers still maintain, which gives Rob Pelinka the luxury of being patient and not having to rush. Because now Rob Pelinka doesn't have to go in these conversations and be like, hey, we really need Cam Johnson, right? Like now he can be like, hey, we would really love to have Cam Johnson, but look, it's not a necessity. If we can work out a deal, great, we'll trade for him, but no, if not, we'll move on and go elsewhere, right? That's the difference. So as long as the Lakers keep winning, you can remain patient. But the Lakers are not good. We went through this last, hey, Lakers, let's see what they can do, for a full season. They just won the in-season tournament. We saw that. And then we ran into a team like Denver, who is a real contender and a real championship caliber team. And they ran through us again, right? Like, again, we have too many redundancies. You see it on the basketball court. It's just the Lakers have been able to kind of offset that by being so good offensively. You have new coaching staff that's implemented new, different just play styles and, different actions and adjustments and things along those lines, right? Like, it's the Lakers aren't a bad team, but they're not an elite team, right? Like, there are at least 5, if not more teams. Like I've said, I think the Lakers are probably like 7th, 8th best team in the league. I think that they're in that range. You could argue maybe 6th, something like that. But I just think that there are several other teams that have just been better. I mean, right now, Boston, Cleveland's look better, without a doubt. I think OKC, you should make the argument for. I just like the matchup. Right, but OKC fully healthy, they're tough, they're not going anywhere. Denver, until we prove otherwise, Denver is clearly the better team. Right, until we get into the playoffs and we actually finally shed our demons. Right, like it is what it is. Like that's the reality here. And then I mean the Knicks, if they kind of figure their stuff out, we'll see how they look out. Sixers, I don't think you can put up there yet because we haven't even seen them play. They could be a total disaster. But the Knicks, I do think if they can kind of get themselves in order, right, they're kind of working through some stuff. And Mikal Bridges has just been bad, right? If they kind of work some stuff out, I think that they have the potential to be a good team again. We saw it last year, right? Like, again, there's a handful of teams you can make an argument for, right? Like Houston's ahead of us. I don't really buy Houston. Suns, I don't really buy the Suns. Like, I think we're better than them. I think we're better than Minnesota, right? I think we're better than Dallas, right? Like, I think, again, we're in that, like, 7, 6, 7, 8 range, is, in my opinion, I think is where you could rank the Lakers realistically, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yes, look, we've been great, but we need to get better. We need to make trades. Do you think, no, don't fix what ain't broken, like a lot of other people have? Again, just I've seen this a lot. I've gotten a lot of comments lately on like, hey, we don't need all these crazy trades. I disagree that. So I figured, why not talk about it? Let's have a conversation about that specifically. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.